Thank you for tuning into the Pre-Patch Podcast. And check out these patch notes.
Armored Core. Bill, this is something that you and I have been playing.
Yeah, the newest game from FromSoftware. It is one of the oldest running series that FromSoftware has had. There's like 15 of these games. I had no fucking clue.
What? Really?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking old school PS2 days, man. Like,
did not know that.
It's been around for a long time.
I was never into mech, so I never got into this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there's been a ton of games in this, and this is the newest one. This has also been the best advertised one because I knew of the franchise, but I've never seen like when the game's released or anything like that. It feels like they're finally taking that Souls-like money and that Sekiro money and like injecting it into one of their older franchises and bringing it out into the limelight. And they did it in a big way, man. It's a lot of fun. I have never played a mech game before in my life. So this was my first experience in the mech genre, and I am completely and utterly addicted to the gameplay loop that this game brings out. I'm only up through chapter 2 as of right now, but I am very much enjoying what this game has to offer. Even going back and replaying missions to farm credits to get different parts and different weapons and stuff is something that I'm just like extremely fond of.
This mic you have looks amazing.
Yeah, this is my quad mech, the squid. So
I love this.
So
I didn't know you could be this creative with your mechs.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
Yes. So that's
the amount of customization in this game is ridiculous. From the amount, like the parts that you put on. So each mech has arms, head, chest piece, legs, weapons in the front hands, and then weapons on the shoulders that you can equip, as well as
each of those have like 15 fucking die areas or some shit like that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they all have different diaries for paint jobs and stuff like that. And on top of that, you also have to factor in your engine, your targeting chips for your artillery, like your missiles and stuff, a bunch of other things. It's honestly wild, and each one of the different types of legs is going to differentiate how your mech controls specifically. So like this mech, the quad leg, it is designed specifically for what it is showcasing right here, where it has a hover mode that uses very little energy to maintain distance off the ground and give you aerial superiority over whatever you're fighting. This guy cannot reach me because he has to use all of his thrust to jump up to me to even get close, because all he has is a shotgun and a melee weapon.
Wait, is this just a regular boss battle, or is this a real person?
This is a mini boss. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There is no PvP. Is there?
There is. Yeah, there's
one.
I
was gonna say that would be. I could see that being a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, 1v1, 2v2s, and 3v3s.
Good.
And then there's another, like, you have your standard bipedal mechs, which have just the dual legs that are your kind of jack of all trades thing. But there's also a augment of those that have backwards facing legs, which give you like a high jump boost for like more vertical play. There's the tank treads that keep you pretty grounded. You don't get to put a booster on them to give you like more verticality, but they have the thing where they can like drift. If you boost in a certain direction, you'll actually drift your treads around, and they can shoot in any direction while going in the opposite direction, which no other mech can do.
So Bill has been asking me feverishly, like over the week, since I picked this up, of like, what do you think? What do you think, Sin? What do you think?
Well, the only reason I was asking is because you picked it up, you played it for like an hour and a half, and then you were on to Halo. So I was like, fuck, he hates it.
No. So, okay. So a little history about Little Sin. I loved the shit out of Armored Core, played the shit out of Armored Core on the PS2, Xbox 360 days, Chrome Hound, all of that. So, Mech Warrior, Mech Assault, those were my shit. Those were my jams. I loved them to death. And so the way that I play these games is kind of that. I will say that I think this game has I think it's a good, and I think it can be a bad for certain people, like depending on how your play styles. You're either gonna love it and you're gonna dive into it and play nonstop, play it like full through, kind of like what Bill's experiencing going through it, or you can play like me, where I go in, I do a couple missions, I get some stuff, I have some fun with it, I toy around, do some more missions, and then I jump out, right? Like for me, it's not I never played those games specifically, or the Armored Core games, where I just like mainlined them constantly, because of the style. Now, I will say, once the arena opens up, because you have two different, and I have not gotten to the arena. I don't know if you've gotten to the arena yet.
Yeah.
And there, the arena is what I used to love the most, and that was going up against other mechs. And I don't know if this game is the arena PvP or is the arena.
The arena is PvE, and then you have your online, which is the
good.
nest.
So,
it's like your black
yes.
market.
Okay,
I think they have I think they have an arena that's PvP later on in the game as well, don't they? I thought they did.
If
They may, but
like the
haven't gotten
arena
there
is
yet.
what I love to death, because again, that's me going up against another mech, that is a computer, and just basically challenging my mech to see how high I can get, and I would tweak it, and I would have fun with this. So that's where I love it. So it's not, I didn't get off of because I didn't like it. I got off of because that's just how I play these games. And I was gonna say, if this is your first Armored Core game or mech style game, I would be very mindful just to make sure to understand that this plays very old school style Armored Core, which is good. That's what they needed. It's very nostalgic for me. I love it. But newer mech games do not play like this. Like it, where you go in and you're playing, where you have like a lot of kind of customability, or like they did a fan service, like literally going into it. And I remember, because I was talking to Stevens when he was watching me, and he's like, "You seem to know a lot about this." I was like, "Dude, this is legitimately Armored. This is my childhood. This is Armored Core 2 slapped with new paint." And giving me an upgrade. Like, yes,
I've heard that comparison before. I've heard it's like a mix of Armored Core 2 and then Armored Core for Answers.
Yes, it is very much those. And so if it's fun, it's enjoyable. Yes, there's a lot of customizations. You said you have 8 mechs. Is that what you said?
I have 5.
Five mechs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, do you think that the game is getting like the difficulty of it, people are like kind of being like, oh, it's so it's super. I've yet to have a point where I'm just like, this is fucking super hard. Like the first boss was an asshole. Like I'll give it that. Like that.
How far have you gotten into it?
For a while.
So I've gotten let me see.
Have you beat chapter 1?
I think so. I don't want to ask because I don't want to spoil it for anybody else.
Don't do spoilers.
But I believe so. I'm not 100% if I've beaten chapter 1 or not.
Okay, we can talk about it off stream. Chapter 1's the moment where the difficulty really set in for me. The tutorial boss wasn't that big of a deal. And I know a lot of people are having issues with that boss specifically. It's kind of a filter boss is what the meme is right now. But
As that
chapter
big
1
ship.
the big
it's
the
like
big gunship in the
big
tutorial.
gunship.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
flying like guy. So
But yeah, chapter 1's where the difficulty spike set in for me. That being said, being new to this franchise and having never played one before, it only took me about a half hour of like experimentation to find a build that could beat it. And that is something that I was warned about ahead of time because I have a coworker that's very into these games as well. And he's like, "You play the Souls games, right? Okay, don't play this how you play the Souls games. Don't just pick a play style and then run
Right.
your face into the wall, or you're gonna have a real bad time and you're gonna hate it."
oh yeah. I mean, if you're like,
He's like, try something once or twice. If it's blatantly not working, you need to change your parts out because that's how these games work. It's a go in, die in 30 seconds. Okay, that didn't fucking work. Well, let's try this loadout then.
right. So I mean, this is, and he's absolutely right. I mean, I have probably bought more parts pieces, where you build 5 different mechs. I take one and just buy like a whole bunch of different shit. And I'm just like throwing stuff on, like, putting.
Well, the only reason I've built out the mechs the way that I have is because I'm too lazy to go in and actually like
Keep swapping.
do the sortie system. Because one of the big quality of life things that I understand from this game that wasn't in the other games is if you die to a boss, the checkpoint system allows you to bring in a different mech than you ran through the level without having to run through the level again. It gives you that checkpoint. You can go in, change out your mech stuff, and then go directly into the boss. It kind of makes it a little bit more of an ease of access in that regard. But I'm still too fucking lazy to go in and actually swap around weapons, swap around frames and stuff. So I build in my mind what is going to work in specific scenarios, so that way I just have them on standby. I can be like, okay, I'm going to load up mech number 5 and give it a try with this boss to see if it does any better than what mech number 2 did.
So if they go the route in the PvP, if you ever do PvP, I don't know.
I
if you're
do
going
plan
to,
on
or,
doing PvP. Yep.
or even the arena PvE mode if they do it. Whereas in the old school version, they used to have it. That'll benefit you having multiple mechs, because in the old school the arena, because PvP really wasn't necessarily a thing as much, but you would have a certain amount of mechs that you can you kind of earn as like waves. So like, as that mech dies, you get to load up your next mech, right? And the team that goes through all their mechs is the losing team. And
That's
so
neat.
It's like Pokemon.
kind of, yeah. So like but it was cool because, again, as it kind of progressed, and Chrome Hounds I think did this the best. They had like an ongoing where you would have like, I have my scout mech, so I'm gonna have my mech that I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna like figure out where they're at, scout them out, give you an intel, and then that's probably going to die. But then I'm going to come in with like my heavier mech, and now that guy's going to be like my, my frontline defense, while you're going to do sniper shots and stuff like. So
I also have a recon mech.
Yeah. So it's honestly, man, like the game it's a blast. It's so nostalgic. If you are a fan, we have people in chat that are saying like they're big fans of Armored Core. This is legitimately, they did such a fan service. And also, congratulations to FromSoftware. They brought out, like, not because From did this, but just they're the one, they brought out a port on the PC and it's not fucked up. Like, it actually works and it plays
I've heard this
perfectly
port's
fine.
actually clean.
Yeah,
like
it's very
super
good.
clean.
Yeah, no issues whatsoever at all. So like it just works. So it's a blast.
Y'all
It's a fun game.
y'all seen those people that have like full joystick setups for this game, dude? Like in preparation, I've seen somebody who has like a whole cockpit for this game.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's
that's
wild.
a
That's
mech
Mech
thing.
Warrior as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Oh,
I also
honestly.
want to put
There's-
something to bed because I was curious about it, and I've heard some people, I don't know if it's a meme like trolling people or if this is actually like a thing. Was there a time where you like had to hold the controller like this to play these games like effectively? Like
So
this is what people on Reddit are calling the Armored Core stance.
yeah, it's so that originated from Armored Core 2.
Okay.
And yes, so if again, Armored Core 2, what made you stand out was and I'm happy that they have, I'm hoping they have, again, I've heard that they have it, I hope they have it, the leaderboard system in this with the arena. That was competitive as shit. And so, yes, like if you were a competitive Armored Core player, you played with your controller backwards and you played it because that was the most effective way to play the game.
So that's not bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It was a legitimate thing. And I think it'd be hilarious if it comes back, if that's like the higher
did you,
arena
Sin?
people.
That's the question. Did you?
Did I? Oh
did
yeah,
you
no,
hold it
I was
backwards?
I was very, very competitive.
Oh,
Was I good at holding it backwards? No. But I did hold it backwards to play the game because the button it wasn't that. So being able to play this on mouse and keyboard, like for me, I'm just like, oh my God, like this is easy. Like I can like, keybind all over the place.
I'm surprised this isn't a game that you plug in a controller for though.
What?
Just for that
I'm not going
nostalgic.
I'm not going back to backwards plate facing controller. It's just not.
Well, yeah.
It's a good time. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, Bill. And I would love to team up, do some 2v2s. And have you guys seen some of the wild like color combos that people have done?
Yeah, there's already people. So the cool thing about this game as well is if you go onto like the Armored Core Reddit and stuff, people are uploading like build codes. You can actually download people's builds and their paint schemes and stuff to use yourself.
Yep.
And there's a ton of like Gundam builds going on. There's some wild stuff going on, and it's really nice to see I'm happy for this community. I know that they have lived kind of in the shadows. It's neat to see them be brought out into the mainstream. And as a member of the Souls community myself, it's pretty fucking funny to see them being gatekept as hard as they are from a franchise based on difficulty alone. Like that makes me chuckle. All the get goods are being turned inward now.
Yeah. Well, it's funny as you mentioned the going on Reddit and downloading that kind of stuff. So again, when I say this is a throwback to nostalgia, this is because I remember taking my fucking PS2 memory card to the library because my library had my group town had some active Armored Core players, and we had an area that you could plug in your memory card and go download different mechs and upload them to the arena or upload them to your thing and play off those mechs. Like, that is all very nostalgic. Like,
Wow.
it's such
That's dope.
yeah, they did a good job. Like, this is such a fan service game. You know, and and for anybody that's new or old. So I'm super stoked that you're enjoying it, because you know, I wasn't even interested in this because I didn't know all this stuff. Like, I'd done some of the Armored Cores, and I'll be honest,
from what I
they were some
understand,
shitty versions.
Armored Core 5 was like a big turd on the
Yeah, it was bad.
like the genre. Like, I heard it was a very like bad game and it pissed off the community big time.
Yeah, I mean, the Armored Core community, the mech community has not had a whole lot. And seeing what really turned me to was seeing you play and being like, oh my God, I remember this. Oh my God, I remember this. Oh my God, this is my game from my childhood. I'm gonna go play it. And it's such like, so kudos to them. They did a great job with it.
Hell yeah.
So $60, I think, on Steam.
$60 everywhere.
$60 everywhere.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Sony didn't strong arm them like they strong armed Larian.
Yep. So well worth the price if you are a mech fan, or if this genre interests you. If you just kind of want to dabble into it, this is a great one to start into the mech world.
I'm gonna be real. I'm a FromSoftware shill, so that's the only reason I picked it up, and I'm so happy I did.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Awesome.
Thank you for checking out the patch notes. If you enjoyed this small selection from our podcast, come and join us every other Thursday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the full, unfiltered pre-patch podcast. And make sure you check out all of our past shows on anchor.fm/prepatch podcast.